By the way, I just realized that I had lipstick on my teeth the whole time I was doing that update. So if you guys see lipstick on my teeth, yeah. Hey guys, it's Tima. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a 2-year braces update. First off, I want to say thank you guys so much for your patience. I know you guys have been highly anticipating my next update. I believe the last update I did, I was 8 months into my journey, so I'm currently over 2 years. I got my braces in January of 2021 and it is March of 2023 right now. So I'm a couple years into my journey, and when I got my braces on, I was anticipated to have my braces for 24 months or for 2 years, and I'm a little bit overdue, and I'll get into that in a little bit. Just wanted to finally give you guys an update and say thank you guys so much for your patience. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So first things first, like I mentioned in the intro, I am 2 months over my scheduled braces removal, and that is my fault because I didn't do what I should have been doing. Those of you who may or may not know, I had a baby last year, and I'll just be honest, the latter part of my pregnancy and also postpartum, I was not wearing my rubber bands like I was supposed to. You guys, wear your rubber bands, okay? Because if you do not wear your rubber bands, it's just gonna delay your process, okay? So if you're supposed to have rubber bands on and you don't have your rubber bands in your mouth right now, pause this video and go put your rubber bands in. Do not be like me, because you don't want to get to your expected removal date or end date of your treatment and then you can't get your braces off. So my teeth were in alignment, but my bite was still off, or is still off, because I didn't wear my elastics for several months. And that's my fault, you guys. So I'm not even upset about it. I knew when I wasn't wearing them that it was probably going to delay, but I just had so much going on, you guys. It was a lot. So yeah, that's why I'm still in my braces 2 months after my expected due date. But speaking of that, the good news is it didn't prolong my treatment several months down the road. I did just recently have a braces adjustment, and I got some really good news that I only have 2 more adjustments left and I'll be able to get my braces off. So I'll probably be 3 months over my expected treatment end date, which I'm not mad about. Actually, the time kind of crept up on me. I don't know, I guess with the baby and everything, it's just that last year was just a lot with the baby, and I had some health things going on after the baby. So that year it was just so many things going on, and I think that second year into it, leading up to the second year of my treatment plan, just flew by just because of all the things I had going on personally. But yeah, so I was really excited to find that news out at my last adjustment appointment. So I have 2 more adjustments left. And of course, I'll be documenting that. I don't know if I'm allowed to like vlog in the office, but I do plan to like vlog and get some footage that day. And if they allow me to vlog inside, obviously I will. I would like to do that to give you guys kind of an inside look at that whole experience for me, but we'll see. Either way, I'm gonna have a video showing you guys, of course, the process and what everything looks like once my braces are off. So next, I just want to talk about some things that have changed with my braces since my last update. The bottom row of my teeth were not fully aligned. When I gave my update, my last update, my top teeth were all lined up pretty much. The bottom still was not. When I first started, these front 4 teeth on the bottom row were just all jagged. Like they were nowhere in alignment. So they were all just out of whack, okay? And at that time when I gave my 8-month update, some of them had began to shift forward, but I think there was one that still was not all the way up and aligned yet. So obviously, you know, I had the coil spring placed to create space for that tooth, and it slowly began to come forward. I had gotten a power chain placed on the upper row of my teeth, but The power chain at that time was only, I think, either from canine to canine or the premolar to premolar. The power chain didn't go all the way back to my molars at the time. It was just kind of the front 6 or 8 of my teeth maybe at the top, and I didn't have a power chain on the bottom yet because they weren't fully aligned. Now, once the teeth on the bottom were in alignment, I had something done called IPR. And sometimes they call it teeth shaving or teeth fouling, and it's pretty much what they do to create space for your teeth to all come together evenly. They kind of foul or shave down the sides of your teeth. So that's what they did on the top and on the bottom. They shaved, he fouled in between the 4 on the bottom and I think the 6 up top. Because the teeth up top were actually, especially the 2 front teeth, were like wide. Like it was narrow up top, and then as it went down, the bottom of the tooth was kind of like wide. So even though they were in alignment, it was like I had spaces in between, and it looked weird. So he did the fouling to make the teeth straight, and also it created space for them to come together like more evenly. And when he first did that, of course, I had like gaps in between the teeth. And then he put the power chain on from the back all the way across the top. Now, that was uncomfortable. When I very first got the power chain and it only went from the few teeth in the front, that was not uncomfortable. And I was kind of shocked because I had always heard that power chains were uncomfortable. And it just wasn't a bad experience for me when I first got the power chain. But when they put the one from molar to molar, that was, I wasn't expecting that, okay? That was the pain that I think I had been hearing about from everybody all this time. So that was, it was pretty uncomfortable. And they finally put the power chain on the bottom oh no, I didn't get the power chain on the bottom immediately, I don't think. They did the shaving of the teeth on the bottom too, but I think it's still, that one tooth still needed to come forward a little bit. So I think on the following visit, I finally got the power chain on the bottom, and it was from molar to molar. So my teeth were pretty sore during those adjustments as well, but that was my experience. That was the next step in my treatment process, getting the power chains and getting the IPR done. It did not hurt. The IPR did not hurt. That's one thing I want to mention. When they foul or shave your teeth, it doesn't hurt. You feel the vibration, and you smell your teeth burning. It's because they're sawing, I don't know, it's hard to explain. You smell it. It's like something smells like something's burning, but it's your teeth being fouled. But there was no pain associated with it. So if you guys have to get IPR, don't worry about that. It's not uncomfortable. It's just a very strong vibration because of the little mini saw, and you smell your teeth being fouled down, if that makes sense. Kind of, I guess, if you've ever had a filling done, it's kind of that same, that smell, like when they fill your teeth, and because the drill is like sawing out your teeth, it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's kind of like that. No worries, okay, you guys. Let's see the next, and if you see me looking down at my phone, it's because I have notes on here. I don't want to forget anything. Also, at every appointment, my orthodontist started making bends in my wire. Only at the top. He didn't really make any bends on the bottom, because I had the final finishing wire on the top row for a really long time. So I wasn't getting that wire changed out, but he was still kind of changing the wire out on the bottom at a few of my adjustments. So the only thing he had left to do up top was to make wire bends, which pretty much, depending on what type of bend he puts in the wire, it can move your teeth up or down to make sure that they're all in alignment. So I was getting that done at every appointment. So pretty much, because they were putting the same wire back in my mouth on the top, they weren't changing out the wire. He would just take that wire and line it up on my teeth and see if he wanted to bend it up or bend it down. He would kind of just size it up to my teeth before he had the assistant place the wire back in my mouth. So that I had that done, and I'm still getting that done to this day. I guess he's just kind of making his last few final finishing touches to make sure they all are lined up a little bit the way, so they look really nice and straight. So yeah, I haven't had to have him do any of that on the bottom. I guess everything seems to be okay. I did have one thing I want to mention. Sometimes I would have a tooth feel really loose, and I don't know if anybody else experiences this, but it would feel like I could like literally just take my finger and shake my tooth like it was loose. And you know, I would always mention that to him if I ever had that, because it didn't happen all the time, but I would have it sometimes. So whenever I would go for an adjustment, I always made sure that I mentioned it to him, and usually he would do some type of, make some kind of tweak in the wire, or one time he repositioned a bracket, and he said, you know, that sometimes that's just a part of the process. Your teeth are loose, they feel loose. All of your teeth are a little loose when you have braces, but I guess sometimes the force, or depending on how the bracket is positioned, you can kind of tweak the wire to make it a little bit more stable, because it could just be putting more pressure on a particular root more than the other teeth. And also I mentioned too that sometimes I would have like random pain in my teeth outside of it, like weeks out from my adjustment. Like obviously when you first get your adjustment done, your teeth are sore for a few days, and then it goes back to normal. It feels normal. But then sometimes I would just randomly have like a toothache, or like one tooth or something would hurt. So I also mentioned that to him. He said that that's normal as well. You know, your teeth are shifting, and sometimes when they shift into a new position, it could kind of, you know, affect a nerve or things like that. So as long as it's not excruciating pain, he said that that's normal. So yeah, that's one thing I wanted to mention as well. So you guys, as far as progress photos, I don't have any progress photos since my last update. In my last update, I kind of input clips of like different pictures at certain times of my treatment, but I didn't really have many photos this time, because at that last update my top teeth were already pretty much aligned, and that bottom row was pretty much aligned except for that one tooth that was back. And once that finally came front, my teeth, they didn't change. They looked the same because they were all lined up. So from that time up until now, my teeth have always, they've looked the same. I haven't seen anything where I'm like, oh, I see my teeth look straighter, because they were already straight at that point. Like I said, especially at the top, he was only doing those little wire bends to make a tooth go up or down. Because sometimes, I don't know if anybody else experiences that, and you may see one tooth that looks like it's lower than the other. It's really weird, you guys. But other than that, that was the only thing that really changed. I didn't have any progress as far as my teeth getting straighter, because at that point they were already straight. I just was kind of, he was just doing like those finishing touches, you know, the power chain was just kind of getting everything, making sure everything was really completely in alignment. And it was really just me having to wear my rubber bands in different patterns or different directions, however he instructed me to do it. So currently I'm still wearing class 2 elastics on both sides. It's just the left side is doubled, the right side I'm only wearing one, and I've been wearing it like that for so many months. He hasn't really changed up my pattern in quite a while. I guess that's really the only, as far as my bite, that needs to be corrected at this point, because he's kind of been keeping me in the class 2s for quite a while. That's it, you guys. I don't think I really have any other updates to give you. I'll give you a close-up of my how my teeth look right now, but that's all. You guys stay tuned for video update of me getting my braces removed, And I'll probably keep you guys updated too with the post braces experience, like as far as retainer. Right now I don't know what type of retainer I'm gonna get. I'm thinking that maybe they'll tell me at the next appointment. I have 2 more adjustments. So I have the next adjustment, and then 2 weeks after that is gonna be the appointment that I get my braces off. So I'm assuming that at my next adjustment they may tell me what type of retainer I'm gonna get. I don't know if it's gonna be a fixed retainer or the Holly or the clear aligners. I personally don't think I want the clear aligners because I don't know, I've kind of just heard that that's not the best type of retainer, or I don't know if there's a combination of both. After I've seen some people have a fixed retainer and also manual one, so I don't know. I'll find all that out, but you guys, I'll definitely keep you updated, so make sure you guys are subscribed and stay tuned for that video. Thank you guys so much for all of you who have tuned in. Thank you guys for those of you who have subscribed. I've seen my subscriber count go up, so I really appreciate you guys for being here and just being patient with me throughout this journey. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Hope to see you come back. Bye. So here's what my teeth look like right now. As you can see, I have the elastics. Got the single on the right and the double on the left.